BVT's mission is really about changing the way that we engineer solutions to complex problems, and we make the complex simple.
The story of BVT starts in 2009. We were initially a small company focused on plant equipment and machinery. So what happened was there was an earthquake.
Okay, so after the initial shock of the earthquakes, it became pretty apparent that building regulations in New Zealand were inadequate. BVT are specialists in seismic strengthening. We've been at the forefront of the introduction of new regulations and how they have been rolled out.
That took us into the rest of the country.
And over the last several years is very exciting, expanding to Auckland with new offices and now moving over to Australia, the market in Australia and beyond.
As the founder of BVT, it's not enough to just ask how another engineering firm is run. So as part of development of BVT, I did a lot of research into how other professional service companies operate, how lawyers and accountants operate, how management consultants operate, and picked the best parts of those out.
What sets BVT aside from others is the way that we collaborate. We're not interested in being the smartest engineer in the room. We're actually interested in working with all of those stakeholders on a project to deliver the best possible outcome for all of the stakeholders involved.
BVT's core areas of expertise at the moment are interior engineering, warehouse storage and racking, and technology-enabled solutions.
Interior engineering is the coordinated design approach for all non-structural building elements, so that would include your partitions and your ceilings, your mechanical services and pipework.
When you look at it holistically, they're all the same building element, so it makes sense to treat the design challenges in one go.
So BVT are experts in providing racking and shelving solutions for retail stores, warehouses and distribution centres.
So what makes BVT really good at shelving and racking solutions is that we have an incredibly fast turnaround. We can complete a full warehouse design within a couple of days if required. No other competitor can keep up with our speed of delivery. We use technology to optimise shelving through many processes. We use Matterport to record data from racking, so we can go on site and completely 3D photometric view of the warehouse, which is essentially just a Google Maps version of a warehouse.
I would say BVT is very progressive in the way that we use technology. It's actually quite interesting talking to other engineers from different firms and saying that all our software uses Google Drive and all our calculations are based off a cloud. This is very different than the normal engineering world, and it's cool being part of a company that is the start of the new age of engineering.
We do so many different things here that are really quite different. Each staff member gets allocated an annual amount for their training because really we want to be a learning organisation, a knowledge-driven organisation, and the best ideas come from our people.
My background is in machining and toolmaking. BVT has taken an interest in my past experiences to try optimise what they do with clients.
When I read mission and vision of BVT Engineering, I thought I can definitely fit perfectly.
The culture at BVT it's very fun and inclusive. Even though I'm not an engineer, they all try and involve me regardless of my position in the company.
BVT is a leading choice employer because we're very tapped into our talent management strategy. We commence with recruiting graduates straight out of university, and we know that they're going to be with us for about 3 years. And we really think about what people are looking for in their career at that stage, and then we encourage them to actually leave the BVT nest, go overseas, work for a different employer, get a range of experience, and then we really encourage people, if it's right for them, to come back to our organisation and continue their career.
I'm one of those people that started with BVT as a graduate engineer out of the University of Canterbury. I worked for 2 years and then went overseas to the UK for an OE. I worked and lived over there for about 1.5 years. And then when I came back to New Zealand, I realised that BVT was an awesome place to work. So I gave BVT a message and they welcomed me back, and now I've progressed into the role of team lead in Auckland.
As a female engineer, I feel very well supported in BVT, and I think this company really is dedicated to bringing diversity into the organisation.
Diversity at BVT is incredibly important. It is one of my personal passions, but it's also a core value for our organisation. Diversity, not just about gender, it's also about different nationalities, it's about age, it's about a whole range of factors. And when we've got diversity in our workforce, it reflects what our clients are looking for, but also in terms of providing solutions to our community, which is made up of so many different aspects.
While we've spent a lot of time looking at tools, we've also spent a lot of time looking at getting the right people that can change and adapt as the technology changes underneath them.
We're so excited about the future of BVT. We have been working really hard to think about what does 2025 and beyond look like, and that big picture thinking enables you to go big. And we will absolutely be a global organisation by that stage, working in some of the most seismically challenged countries around the world.